my task is to make sure that you understand what I'm trying to tell you, and that is what is autism essentially. Now, Lorna Wing gave us this great quote, and I always add to this to any talks I'm giving, because it gives us an idea of the range of what autistic disorder is, or autism is. A continuum that ranges from the most profoundly physically and mentally retarded person, horrible word, to the most able, highly intelligent person with social impairment as its subtlest form, and his only disability. It overlaps with learning disabilities and shades into eccentric normality. And that gives us an idea of the full range of the autistic spectrum, as it's called, because autism itself is comprised of a cluster of symptoms, and I'll talk about this so-called triad symptoms in just a second here, but it does really range from those people you wouldn't know had any differences or abilities or impairments, however you choose to frame it, than neurotypical or normally functioning. And indeed, a lot of people with autism have peculiarities in communication, or even strengths that people without autism couldn't possibly have. So there's a broad range there, and not all of these symptoms are negative. A lot of them contribute to the person with autism's life incredibly, and I certainly would love to have some of the lesser frequent but still quite prevalent in the literature abilities that some people with autism and Asperger's demonstrate. So the take-home message here is that autism is along a spectrum. It's a broad range of impairment or ability, flowing across many, many different symptoms, their abilities. Well, I always tell my students at Derby University, don't think of autism as a singular concept or construct, but think of autism as many different things. I always say autism, no single cause, no single cure. Now that's quite a political hotbed there if one talks of curing autism, and many people will reject the idea that there's anything there actually to be cured. However, if we're dealing with the academic literature then autism as a diagnostic criteria is seen as a disability, or I would term as a disorder, a psychiatric disorder. Making the distinction between what the person with autism goes through in their everyday lives and identifying with the concept or the name autism and the actual condition or the impairment from normal functioning. Normal functioning, of course, is psychobabble. That just means how a statistically normal person, if you like, would be, and how one differs from how that might be. So autism is characterized as a spectrum, a continuum, but most of all a syndrome. Syndrome means lots of different things grouped together into one category. So for any one person with the diagnostic category that is called autism, or indeed Asperger's syndrome or Asperger's disorder, it can mean many, many different things. Okay, so